Who in the hell shoots up a recreation center? Who does that? I can remember growing up, going to recreation center where we go to Fireside, Pleasant Grove. We would like walk miles or catch our bike, go miles to the recreation center and go play basketball, swim, shoot, even join a football team or what have you. But for some reason, all that has changed. And so we got a story here out of Philadelphia where somebody did just that. Somebody violated a place, a sanctuary. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. Let's hit it.
I'm tired of thoughts and prayers at moments like this because they seem so deficient. It is not enough. It shouldn't happen and it shouldn't occur.
She is right. Thoughts and prayers are not enough. Matter of fact, that's pretty much in the Bible. The scriptures tell you like prayer without works, faith without what? Prayer without works is dead, which means you can pray about it. You can quote unquote have faith about it. But if you ain't out there putting in work, it don't mean nothing. It does not mean nothing. If you want to pray for forgiveness for something that you've done, if you don't go back out there and stop doing what you did and then going out there and trying to teach others and get others to not do what you did, it's dead.
From Philadelphia's mayor to the community, frustration is mounting over the gun violence in our city. Rec centers used to be places for kids to play safely, but as we have seen time and time again, that is no longer the case. Today's shooting outside a rec center and community pool in West.
Did she say time and time again? You do know this stuff keep happening. Donald Trump and his people are talking about how white folks not having enough babies. Shoot, black folks, we having enough babies. We having a lot of babies. Problem is they ain't living long enough. They ain't living long enough. And the white folks see that. So they're like, well, shoot, here's our opportunity now to catch up with the minorities. We need to have more babies because they having babies, but their babies either shooting each other or they're going to prison. So now is the opportunity for us to gain back the population. But y'all got a problem with these folks going to the Ozarks, trying to start their own little town.
Philadelphia happened while dozens of kids were swimming and its summer camp had just wrapped for the day. 5 people were injured, including 4 children, the youngest just 10 years old. This is the 10 o'clock news. I'm Sheba Russell. Here's what we know so far. Police say sometime this afternoon, a fight broke out near Christie Rec Center. It was broken up, but then the people involved in that fight returned to the area and opened fire. 2 young children, 10 and 11 years old, were grazed by bullets.
And don't let me forget, I'm gonna show the video. They got a video. They don't have a video of the actual shooting, but they have a video of the suspects, which means they know who did it. The hood knows who did it. Who knows? Maybe by the time y'all see this video, they been and got captured. But don't let me forget. Well, if I don't forget, I'll show it at the end.
Teenagers, both 16 years old, are also recovering tonight. One is in critical condition, and an adult rec center employee was also grazed. Our Shawnette Wilson is live at Philadelphia Police Headquarters for us tonight. Shawnette, we are most certainly feeling the frustration and the sadness here.
And Sheba, this was the first day that this pool was open, the first chance that these kids had to be there and swim around. It was just filled over the weekend. What has happened has rocked this community. That means that you have no regard for human life. You have no regard for our young people. A tragic scene at Christie.
But it's the young people who are doing it. You know what? I guess that's the mayor of Philly. I want us to stop forgetting that we were once children. And just for a moment. This upsets me probably more as much as it upset anybody else out there. Tired of seeing it. Needs to end. And I got a solution for you. But the first thing we have to understand and remember is that we were once children. We were once rebellious. Now, we wasn't like this, get in a fight, get beat up, and get mad, and then come back and want to take the person's life. It wasn't nothing like that. But should we like being look? We thought we was doing something. Any way that we could be rebellious to where as rebels, as we can't do nothing with them. They're too bad because we thought that if the old people, the grown people said that, then they would leave us alone, and then we can go do what we want to do. That's how ignorant we were when we was kids. You have to remember that's who you're dealing with. So now that remember who you're dealing with, now you have to come up with a viable solution to curb that. Because yeah, we all wanted to be rebels and anarchists or whatever you want to call it, go against the rules and laws of the regulations of the house, of the school, of the city. But we also got reeled in real quick with a belt across our butt, a powder on our butt, hell, maybe even getting arrested by the police or what have you, in school suspension or out of school suspension, or whatever. There was always consequences that we knew that we would have to deal with. So that would help curb our appetite for lawlessness. But these kids nowadays, they don't have that. They don't have that discipline. They don't have that structure. They don't have positive male role models. Not sure about the females, but when you're dealing with boys, you got to have a positive male role model. Let me tell you how these single mothers, how y'all mess up. You have these kids, you hate the daddy, or you want to control the boy in his formidable years, his years of from 0 to 12, 13 years old. Don't want to have nothing to do with the daddy, pissed off at the dad, blah, blah, blah. You don't say you got to live with you, can't live with the dad. Then by the time he's 13, 14 years old, and now you can't control him. Now you want him to go to his father's house. And it's almost damn near too late because your son is already in the streets to where his father could barely control him. Well, they probably going to have physical altercations between both of them because around about 13, 14 years old, that boy going to feel, what I'm saying, his nuts going to drop. And so now he going to test the dad, and the dad ain't having it. So now it's going to be a big problem, which is why you see a lot of stories now where these guys, these fellas, these guys, these dads and these sons are fighting each other, shooting at each other because they going back and forth. They got beef. Well, that's because the mom raised that boy. And now she can't handle him now because she finally realized after 13 freaking years that she don't know what she's doing. Now let me give it to him and see what he can do in a matter of 13 weeks. That's not how it works. That's not how it works when raising a child. That's why a child needs both parents and both responsible parents at that.
Recreation Center in West Philly this afternoon. Police crime scene tape around the pool and parts of the building. Shell casings on the ground, even a bullet hole in this car parked near the corner of 56 and Christian.
Those people who are responsible, whomever they are, once the investigation is complete,
Kids.
he and everyone associated with this will be held accountable.
City officials were upset and angry to report a shooting that left 5 people hurt. Investigators say police took a 10-year-old boy and 11-year-old girl to CHOP, both with graze wounds and in stable condition. They say a 16-year-old boy arrived at another hospital where he is in critical condition. Another 16-year-old boy was taken to Penn Presby in stable condition. And lastly, a 32-year-old man who is a city employee with the rec center suffered a graze wound to the hand and is in stable condition.
To find that we have almost 75 children in the pool, and individuals will come down here and fire
75 kids in the pool. So they said the fight happened outside of the pool. No. The fight happened inside of the recreation center pool area. But the shooting happened outside once, I guess the pool area was being closed, I guess, and everybody was going home. So now you shooting at a guy with a bunch of innocent people around and you don't care. And you don't care. This is 75 kids and you just fire indiscriminately. You hit 4 people, which means you don't know how to shoot, don't know how to aim. You just think if you just, it's like a person jumping in the car, never drove before, or on a motorcycle. like a person jump on a motorcycle before, never rode one before, and first thing they want to do is hit the highway going 90 miles an hour.
But our children are here. There are boundaries.
Come on.
And if they don't set the boundaries, then we will set them for them.
Police Commissioner Kevin Bethel says early information is that there was a fight here earlier in the day, that rec center staff and an officer on detail here broke up. But around 4 o'clock, people came back.
Fired at individuals who were not in the pool, but on 56th Street outside of the pool.
Harold Boswell is a community crisis intervention advocate with an organization called Eddie's House.
Breaks my heart. It breaks my heart because I got kids and my team, they got kids.
He says they canvass this area almost every day.
We tell people all the time, you got a problem, reach out to us. We'll try to solve it for you. They don't have to go this far.
Eli Mount lives nearby.
Why kids can't just come here and have fun besides somebody coming here and start shooting at people?
Because it's the kids that's doing the shooting.
And police tell us they have a lot of video to look at for clues. Of course, the rec center has cameras. They also went into a convenience store on the corner, Sheba, to get video from their cameras. They're asking anyone who has information about this shooting to call 215-686-TIPS. And just from the community here, this is, I want to be clear, not information confirmed by police, Sheba, but on the scene today, a lot of people in the community were saying that this had something to do with an argument over a girl. Again, not confirmed by police, but many people out there were saying that tonight, including some of the community leaders who canvassed that area and were talking to young people.
Over a girl, boy. If you could do a study on how many people, how many young brothers are either in the grave or in the penitentiary over a female, the numbers may stagger you. I remember being in junior high. I remember a dude wanting to fight me over two girls. Two girls, because now one of them, well, I done told the story before, but now one of them wanted to talk to him, but they want to talk to me. Hell, I went with both of them. Different time, not the same time. Different years, actually, 7th grade, 8th grade. But that was junior high. You know what I'm saying? That was junior high stuff, and then you got over it. In high school, I think I was about to get into it over a female because a dude disrespected a female. So, I mean, that could be this case. I mean, they are 16 years old. Because my thing is, you definitely ain't fighting over a female if both of y'all are knocking her down. And we're talking about 16, 17. So let's just keep it a buck, right? Knocking her down, because shoot, when I was in high school, it was more like, dang, that's, it is what it is. She what? No, man, you know what I'm saying? And then y'all just move on about your business. You know what I'm saying? You cuss her out and dog her out and you just keep on moving. So that can't be, y'all can't be no more, y'all can't be that emotional fighting over a girl because both of y'all want. So it got to be over a female, somebody disrespect. Got to be what it is, but still, why disrespect a female? Leave that female, you know what I'm saying? She ain't worth it. She ain't worth it at all. So now you got one dude in let's say critical, critical condition, and you got a few more that's about to go to jail because they got a bunch of cameras. They are definitely going to find these boys pretty quick. But like I say, I got a solution. Black community leaders, again, because we don't see no Black Lives Matter out here. We don't see Al Sharpton. We don't see who was the guy? What's that lawyer name? Not Lee Majors. What's the damn dude name? The bald head one. The one that we saw on the newscast the other day about the brother that was pulled out of his car by the police because he didn't have his headlights on. He won't know why he got pulled over. But Ben Crump, you ain't gonna see none of them. You don't see none of them out there in instances like this. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no publicity, there's no money, no nothing, behind it. No pub behind it. Okay, we get it. But all those leaders, they'd be quick to say, hey, let's create, what we need to do is to crack down on crack epidemic or, being sold in the community. Let's up the laws, make stricter laws for people who sell crack or people who was caught with crack. Give them mandatory 10 years for a small little dime rock or something like that. That way, it'll keep people from selling crack. When really the only people that you're gonna catch with a dime, little dime rock back in the day were crackheads. And you trying to give them 10 years. Or people, the sentence for crack was a lot higher than powder when they're pretty much the same drug, it just one is diluted more, so you can sell it more cheap. That's it. But they're cracking down on black problems. But they don't have a solution for these kids. But I got one for you. I done said it once. I done said it 50, 11 times. Send these kids to the military. We need all your politicians, all your black congressional black caucus people, your preachers, pastors, black quote unquote leaders in the community. You need to go to the legislators, the politicians, and tell them that we need to bring back the option of these kids going to the military. Simple. Now, if you sit here and actually, no, we need to bring it back. I was gonna say not if they shooting people, but hell no, that's who you want to go to the military. Since they just love to shoot folk, that's a perfect place for them to go. Bring that back. I remember back in the 80s, in the 90s, when if you was a youth and you got especially in high school, if you got in trouble, they would give you an option. I told you, I knew people. I knew about 3 people who had to do that. My cousin, I had a cousin that was one of them. Got in trouble and was like, "Hey, you got an option," and he didn't really do nothing wrong. It's just that, hey, he just got jammed up somehow. But you can either go to jail or you can go to the military. And so he chose the military because I don't care how bad these youngsters act like they want to be, how hard they want to be, how tough they want to be. Ain't now person in this world want to go to prison. Nobody, especially no kid. So you give them an option, and give them the only 2 options you got. You see how many videos you done seen where these thugs, these gangsters being caught. They done deleted some people, and now they on trial, and then when the sentence come down, they're getting life or without parole or 25, and they break down in the courtroom like crying like little babies, can't stand up, trying to run up out of the courtroom, tripping. But you hard out here in these streets. I ain't trying to be hard in the streets. I'm trying to live every day. I'm trying to come home every day. I enjoy my house. I enjoy coming home and relaxing at the end of the day and not worrying about these YNs out here. I love it. That's what I want to do for the rest of my life. I want that option for the rest of my life. But you got some youngins who think they can take that from other people. So the leaders need to go to these, like I said, go down to these legislative sessions when they have them down at the Capitol and demand that they bring back the military option. Because what are they saying now? That too many people who are eligible for the military either on drugs or out of shape, got some kind of health conditions. Well, you catch them young, then you can go ahead. Because if you send them to jail, what you gonna do? They ain't doing nothing. All they're doing is they're costing taxpayers a lot of money anyway, and not rehabilitating themselves, sending them son guns to the military so they can get their high school diploma, so they can get a college degree, so they can learn a trade, a skill, or get a license, and get some kind of structure in their life, something that they mamas and them couldn't do with them growing up. You wonder why. Now, I'm not really sure exactly how it goes now, but back in the day, people used to make fun of rich white folks sending their sons to boarding school, to military school when they were kids. Rich white folks. Now, we always want to talk about white people and how bad they are, how they holding us back and this, that, and the third. But the thing about it is, whatever they doing economically and in this country, they're winning. They're winning a race, and we are lagging behind because you know why? One of the things that they're doing is that they're studying us, but we're not studying them. If you're on a team and you can't beat them, or let's say you in boxing and there's one guy that you just cannot beat for nothing, you have to either figure out how to beat him or you just walk away. And the only way you can figure out how to beat an opponent is to study them. Look for weaknesses and see if you can capitalize on those weaknesses so that way you can come out ahead. See what they do good and see what they do bad. Same thing in real life. If you got people who are doing better than you in certain things, the majority, more of them are doing better than you need to study them. And they control, I mean, they control the world economically. So let's just get off of that emotional trip. Anyway, they used to make jokes about them sending their kids, their boys to, like, say, boarding school, military school. You know why they would do that? They would do it because dad knows while he is out here in the world making his money, making big money so you can have this big house, pool, nice neighborhood, go to these great schools, got a freaking Porsche in high school, and he's out making all his money. He's not home as much as he needs to be to actually raise you like a man in those certain years. They seen him, they'll send the boy and the mama at home, so she can be a stay-at-home mom. And they'll send the boy off to school. Send him off somewhere to where he can learn from other men, discipline, structure, when to go to bed, how to wake up, how to clean, clean your room, keep your room looking tip top shape, stand in shape, wash your face, brush your teeth, have a structure, have a schedule every day. That's what was being taught. And they knew that. And that's why they sent them boys there. Them girls can stay home because mama's at home. So mama can teach the daughter how to be a woman, how to be a lady, how to keep house, how to be a wife. That's what they're supposed to do. But the dad, on the other hand, if he ain't at home, he ain't gonna leave the boy home with his mama because his mama can't teach him how to be a man. But that's why they were sending them boys away. What do we have in the black community? We got sports. We got football, we got basketball. That's what we do. With a coach that sees your boy a couple of hours a day and then on game day, but he's still going back home to his mama. And she's still teaching them bug corner. She's still out in them streets, or she still got 3 jobs, can't keep an eye on them. Hell, he can't go to the recreation center now because afraid he's gonna get shot or he might be shooting up somebody. But that is what them folk do. They do that. Then when that boy get back home, yeah, he might feel like, oh man, I can't believe my parents sent me here, blah, blah, blah. But when he get older, he understand what the reason was. He will appreciate it more. The older he get, he understand what happened. Once the dad can be there with him and spend more time with him, the boy can be home on a full-time basis. But this is a thinking you got to have because for some reason, these parents, and I blame the parents, these parents are not teaching our kids. And you see what's happening. You see what's happening. Matter of fact, what I want to do real quick, I said I was going to do this. I want to go to the video. Let me see if I can find it. I want y'all to see this video right quick. Like I said, because they got video of the suspects. This video they're showing here on YouTube. They got video of the suspects, but not of the actual shooting, but it's of the suspect. And I want y'all to see who they are. I don't think there's any sound here. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. Talk about video 56 in Christian Street on July 30th. This is just yesterday. It said recreation open on Monday. Just open. So point to the shooter up there, and then boom, there goes homeboys. Look at them. Backpacks. Ain't now one of you about. Look at this. You see the hair? See the hair? He got a hoodie on with a backpack. Fool got long. I didn't see that part. Hold on. Fool got a hoodie on, long sleeve hoodie, and a backpack, and it's 100 degrees outside. You see the hair? I know y'all see the hair. Y'all know how I feel about this hair. Y'all know how I feel about that hair. Y'all see it. Yep, there they go. Skinny Jim. Look at that. That boy can barely walk because his pants so damn tight. What's wrong with these boys? Man, send these boys to military school like for real. The hell with this. Now again, they're walking off the camera and they ain't showing too much. I know because I know they probably can't put it on YouTube. But you see they walked off screen there. And you're gonna see the aftermath of what's gonna happen. Now I see that. Run, look at fool like he dropped his backpack and gun. Look at drop the gun, drop the backpack. Now he's running. Cameras everywhere. Hair, look at that hair just flying. Look at that. See? You ain't never gotta worry about me being fit the description. Not with these youngsters. They look like they ain't ate a meal. Skinny as hell, ain't ate a meal. Sister probably 250, 300 pounds. Mama probably 300 pounds. But these little boys ain't eating a meal. They too busy out in the street doing dumb stuff. Can't eat. Look at them running. Running. Look at that. Hoodie, man. The hoodie should gone. But y'all supposed to be hard, right? Y'all supposed to be hard. Look at it. Let me see. Suspects. See the suspects there? Oh, yeah. I'm sure they got other video. Oh, I'm sure they got other video. Like I said, they got convenience store, cameras in the recreation center. Because these folks were in the recreation center, if I ain't mistaken. They're just hanging out, not doing nothing. Man, if I went to a recreation center at that age, 16, 17 years, you know what I'm doing? Trying to see how many females is in that pool. Oh, what? Wait a minute. They did say the fight started over female. Never mind. Can't do that no more. But yeah, so that was the suspects. So yeah, y'all. So back to what I was saying. The only solution that I see right now is these boys got to be sent off somewhere. I know you don't want nobody to say, get rid of your babies, send them all to prison because they no good. That's my baby. He won't do anything like this. All he needs is another chance. He ain't had no father in his life. Daddy was deadbeat. Daddy was nobody and things. So it was just me by myself. But yeah, you chose to lay down and have a baby with him. That's a whole nother story. So with that being said, like I said, they're gonna have to go. And if you don't want your boy in prison, you don't, and you can't raise him yourself. You're doing a terrible job. Let's just be honest. You're doing a terrible. I'm doing the best I can. Your best is terrible. The best you can is terrible. It's not working. Try something else. Send that boy off somewhere. Go down, talk to your mayor, your congressman, your alderman, whatever, your governor, your representative, the people that you supposed to vote in. Remember 90-some% of them voted Democrat. The people that woman, that mayor you voted in, use her. Go talk to her and say, hey, I can't do it alone. I give up. I don't want to give up my kids. I don't want my kids dying. I don't want my kids in prison. What can we do? Send their ass to somewhere. Send it to the military school, or to the military. But if not, I don't know what else to do unless y'all start creating real families, keeping these families together so these fathers can be in these boys' lives so they can teach them how to be men. If you don't do that, it ain't getting better. And I don't know what else to tell you. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below, share it with the world. Let's have an intelligent conversation. You know how we do around here. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Those 4 things cost you maybe a couple of minutes out your day, but it means the world to us here at this channel. And with that being said, I'll leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.